is one other person that I definitely want to have speak. His name is Sam. We met him in Madison. We went there for UW Divestment Coalition in December. Super cool, and he came on out here to join us today. So here's Sam, everybody.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Hello. Okay. Hi. It's really good to be here. I didn't think I was going to be here quite so early. I had to hop on a bus at about, I want to say 8:30, and it was basically stranded on the other side of town, so I had to walk over. A little tired, but how's everyone doing today?
Hey.
Love to see it. I don't really have anything prepared, but I would just like to say, again, thank you for having me, and I don't know, what are some really crucial parts about divesting from fossil fuels? Our futures, our health, and the health of people to come. And one of the big things about this also that is also never talked about is the Line 3 and Line 5 pipelines that are actually going on right now. The Line 3 was unfortunately completed, but Line 5 is still in the works and we are still fighting it. I've had the amazing opportunity to be part of the resistance camps, to have opportunities like these, to basically kind of give my people a bigger voice, even if it is just to a couple people. It doesn't have to be hundreds. If I can get the message out to one person out of all these people, although it kind of seems like y'all are very invested in this, I feel like I'm doing my job correctly. So basically, the pipelines, one, are horrible for the environment. These are statistics from the Line 3 pipeline. There was not 1 month where it did not leak at least several times and cause so much damage to the environment, the ecosystems, the abiotic and non-biotic parts of it, as well as the people that depend on it. The Anishinaabe actually depend on the lakes and rivers that Line 3 would be cutting through for food, for rice, for culture, and it's a very egregious display of treaty rights violations and not respecting the wishes and sovereignty of Indigenous people. Unfortunately, that has often been met with lots and lots of violence. Is my mother watching? No. I've been in the cage 3 times. The first time I went in was Standing Rock when I was 15 years old. It really changes a person. It's scary, it's often traumatic, but what it really does is it ignites something in you. It's just like, the state, the cops, all these people are trying to take you down in the name of big oil and money and no real care for the future. But you're still here, you're still alive, you're still able to fight along Indigenous people, along all these amazing environmentalists, as an ally, as a friend, and as a fellow environmental warrior. I don't really know what else to say. It's just been an amazing opportunity to meet all these amazing young activists here that pretty much twisted my arm to come back up, and I could not be happier for the opportunity. Just getting to talk about these issues, maybe share my experiences a little bit, and just really shed some light onto what the Indigenous side of this is, because it's never really talked about. So again, it's treaty right violations and also violence mainly towards women. The camps that are set up by the workers are called main camps, and they often do lead to a lot of violence towards Indigenous women, Indigenous girls, Indigenous Two-Spirit, and oftentimes it is fatal. The rate of murder and disappearance because of the pipeline and because of the statistics that we're seeing with MMIW, which is missing and murdered Indigenous women, they are 4 times as likely to go missing or to be murdered as non-Indigenous women. And these man camps are not helping. They are creating a space of violence towards Indigenous people, but mainly women. I think the saddest thing about it is when I was up at the Line 3 camp called Camp McGeezy, it's a little camp in Minnesota that is out there every single day I actually was on the phone with one of the camp leaders coming up on the bus, and one of their kins, I think it was their sister or their brother, has had to take up working on the pipeline because there's no money, there's no jobs, there's nothing that they have. So in a way, it's just one, creating a betrayal, and two, again, inciting violence against women and Indigenous people all around. So we need to, instead of split hairs about this and make it all politicized, we need to come together in this, and we need to rally around them. We need to uplift their voices, respect them, listen to their knowledge, their traditional ecological knowledge, listen to their struggles, show up, protest, because it does go a long way, because grassroots organizations can only go so far. It does take money, time, and effort to really get court cases, through. I know that my very good friend, who is also a water defender, she could not unfortunately be with us today. Her and countless others are still facing charges for being arrested, and we're still trying to raise funds for that. We're trying to raise awareness for that at my school, and hopefully do some work here and in other universities just to show that their public misdemeanors were in fact peacefully protesting, saying stop the destruction of our planet, of our health, and stop forsaking our futures for a buck, for a quick buck. And at the end of the day, I kind of feel like what we're doing right now, putting our faith in government, isn't working, because I voted for Biden, I campaigned for Biden, and I feel like I got really ripped off. Does anyone else feel the same way?
Yeah.
You get it. No, you're fine. If anything, I feel the exact same way. He's promised all these things, and we're just seeing the exact opposite, or we're just seeing nothing done at all. It's also kind of in part due to our houses being so divided, each side of the political spectrum not wanting to interfere with one another, and it's so frustrating. One of our much older water defenders was a defender in the 70s, and just seeing law after law after law get passed then was so freeing.